Right.
There are people that will investigate you. They'll
Warning, the songs you are about to hear are intended for mature listening audiences only. If you have a weak mind or heart and don't like words like shit, fuck, or cunt, then please refrain from listening any further.
It's time for some real music. It's showtime! We have seen imitators. We've also seen duplicators. But now, it's time for the originators.
Los Angeles and the rest of the world. You know what time it is. Many have tried to replicate. Many have tried to duplicate. But there's only one true, real, subterranean, underground show. Broadcasting live from downtown, gentrified Los Angeles. The very Manic Jimmy Cab Show. I am your host, Jimmy Cabs, along with my very handsome co-host, Scott Peterson of Cryptic Slaughter. How you doing there, Scott?
I'm doing good, man. Good to see you. We had our little break apart from each other.
Yeah. I mean, that's how we keep this healthy rapport here, you know?
If we're around each other too much, we're going to take it for granted and not appreciate it like we do right now.
Yeah, Chester, how are you doing over there, Chester?
Good, man. How's it going?
Pretty good. I got to say, it's very interesting how 2016 is starting off, Scott.
It's very morbid and sad. Let's just say that.
You weren't here last week. Last week I was celebrating immensely because of the, recent death of Glenn Fry and the Eagles.
Yeah, see, I'm an Eagles fan, so I can't ride this boat with you.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me that you're an Eagles fan?
I'm an Eagles fan.
You haven't had enough of Hotel California and Take It Easy and all that other
there's other songs besides those that you can put on and enjoy, and those are their hits that we've heard, especially being our age, that were crammed down our fucking throat.
Dude, since 75, I've had that shit shoved down my throat.
Yeah, but yet we can still listen to every Sabbath album from beginning to end, and it's okay.
No.
Okay, that's true, because I don't want to hear Paranoid ever fucking again.
Right?
Yeah, but I am an Eagles fan, and I do appreciate the music that they brought. And for me, I was a Glenn Fry fan. He was an honest. People could say he was a dick, but
he's a fucking dick.
He was a straight shooter.
Ask Joe Walsh. Well, Joe Walsh doesn't drink anymore, but
Joe Walsh is badass, so that's okay. But I mean,
did you shed a tear?
No, I did not shed a tear.
Did you mourn all day? Did you play Eagles music?
No,
all day?
I did shed a tear for Lemmy. I'll give you that, because that's, Ace of Spades was like the second Cryptic Slaughter song that we ever covered, and the second song I ever played on drums.
Okay.
And going back and just seeing him and what the influence that Motorhead gave to me with Cryptic Slaughter, it meant more. Like the Eagles, it's what I grew up as a matter of speaking, a child. I mean, 5 years old and whatever.
Why? I'm just, you know what? Fuck what we were going to talk about. I'm just so mesmerized by this. The Eagles.
Yes.
Have you fucked to the Eagles? Is that why there's like this sensitivity about Glenn Fry's death?
No,
have you received like oral sex somewhere in your lifespan to like take it easy or something?
I know.
Did you fuck a female like in the background? Hotel California was playing, and as you were penetrating her?
No, I know that this is gonna be a shocker, but not everything revolves around sex. It doesn't. I mean, it's a very important thing, but no, for the Eagles, for me, being when I was growing up in in Santa Monica and having an adopted older brother and sister and being around older, mainly older people.
The VW bus and the weed. And
hearing it on the radio or being at Station 26 and it's playing, and you have these fond memories of, I hate to say it, like the first crush, or, going to soccer games and it being on the radio. Like right. It's music that it never inspired me to become a musician, but I appreciate it and I enjoy it. And when I hear it, like that's right. You don't have to like what I like. That's
okay,
right.
well, that's enough of Glenn Fry. Let me just tell
Rest in peace.
Let me
Glenn
just tell you right now,
Glenn
Fry right now is being completely devoured by maggots as we speak. So I gotta say, but you hear the excitement in my voice, right?
I was not surprised.
Within a matter of days, the lows, the death of Jimmy Bain. Ugh.
See, be careful. You know, it's called karma.
Man, I'm telling you.
It's called karma.
So this is what I'm realizing. 2016 really is the year of the Reaper. He's coming back and saying, "Hey, time to go, guys."
Dude, Lemmy, Bowie.
High and lows. So this is what I'm going to do. As you know, I'm with a very lovely young lady right now. But before that, I was banging some bitter twat who was all into the universe. Whatever you throw out to the universe, it comes back to you. So this is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to throw out death wishes.
Okay.
Because 2016 is the year of the Reaper. So, Reaper, dear Mr. Reaper, please, if you can hear my voice, I just want to say that you're doing a fantastic job this year. Even with the deaths that I disagree with, I just want to say that, you're really just a magnificent fucking being, an entity all unto itself.
You're welcome.
If you could please just consider. Now, I'm going to ask you for your list. But
I know.
Let me just tell you. 2016, if it's just possible, can you please, Mr. Reaper, take Don Henley? Take Don Henley. Let's just end this Eagles curse once and for all.
The Eagles are done. It's not.
Listen, Don Henley's he's a money grabber. He'll figure out a way to
Don
resurrect
Henley had a
that
fine
tour.
solo career. As much as I don't like it, he has a solo. He doesn't.
It's time for him to go, Mr. Reaper. Mick Mars. Mick Mars, it would
You
be...
leave Mick Mars out of this.
Dude,
That's not
it
fair,
would be
dude.
a bless. I'm being kind right now. If
No.
Mick Mars is just begging for someone to put him out of his misery.
Well, he was in Motley Crue. Of course he... I mean, the first two records of Motley Crue.
Okay, now
also.
I have a feeling this is going to put a tear in your eyes.
Okay.
Number 3.
Let's see. Let's try. Bring it
Mr.
on.
Reaper, Steve Perry.
No.
Please. Hey,
No. I
Journey's
don't care.
moved on
No.
without him.
Yeah, that.
Fuck him. He's done. He's completely fucking, he's somewhere in his fucking mansion fucking cursing that Filipino replacement singer. So let's put him out of his misery. Steve Perry. Number 4. I hate to say this because I actually really do enjoy this performer. I can't wait for your list.
My list is not going to be as good as yours, obviously. You've put a lot of thought into
I hate
yours.
to say this, but you know what? The guy's had a great life. The guy has made millions. The guy has made some amazing music, but I'm sick and fucking tired of him. It's time for him to go. Rod Stewart. Bye-bye. Mr. Reaper, please. Rod Stewart. He's having dude, that hair is just looking ugly. It's time for him to go. Let us remember him the way he was.
I can't ride that way with you either, man.
And finally, this is going to be a killer, and this goes out to a very special lady who's going to disagree on this. Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
I'm okay with that. I'm
Let's
fine
have
with
that plane just fucking plummet from the sky.
I can live with that. I can definitely live with that.
I can't wait to hear your list. What's your
Well,
list?
my list sucks compared to yours. I mean, you made me do it while I was at work, and I had, I don't wish ill upon anybody. You know that.
Oh,
man.
come on. Be evil.
So I'm going to be pretty much boring and basic because you're going all rock stars and everything. I
want them dead.
I just went for celebrity people that I have an honest dislike for, that I could care less if they're here or not.
Okay.
So we're going to start off with, I'm sure a lot of people will agree with me, is the presidential hopeful in his fucking eyes is Donald.
Great. Yeah.
Donald the fucking racist Trump.
Fantastic. Yeah. Just red flag the FBI to fucking 19th floor We Play Radio Studios.
I'm not going to do anything.
Hey, Chester, you want to lock that door before the Secret Service kicks it
I'm
down?
not going to do anything, but we don't need any more fucking racists in this fucking world when, I come from a family of fucking immigrants. It's like most white people. So, fuck Donald Trump and
Donald Trump.
and this fucking racist piece of shit.
Okay.
And there's no way he's becoming president.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's number 2?
Number 2, this is actually a metal musician, and all my true drummer friends out there, and I'm looking at the camera, all my true drummer friends, especially true drummer thrash fans and drummers. Lars, fucking shut the fuck up, Ulrich.
Oh, you know what?
Yes, if there was more metalheads in here, Chester, I didn't hear you clap.
Yeah, it should have been. It should have been Lars back in 1986.
Yeah, and then now I'm just gonna go for the whole TMZ route because like I said, I was at work. So I'm sure he's a. No, I don't even want to say that.
What a nice guy you are.
I try to, me. I always try to find a positive in anything. And I'll channel my inner Jimmy Cabs. Justin Bieber.
Oh, Why do you have a dislike for him?
He just seems like a privileged piece of shit who just doesn't.
He does have it good, doesn't he?
He does have it good, but he doesn't understand how good he has, and he doesn't treat people that the way they should be treated.
I see him in the future. I don't know about death. I see him contracting HIV. I see him getting something like that.
I find it
because he has it way too good.
I don't like people who try to act hard when they're fucking not.
No.
And
I hate that. Like the white people outside of our studio here, walking up and down, real hard with their Shar-Pei dogs.
Yeah. And it's only white people, right? Fuck off. So he could go fucking bye-bye.
All right.
And you're not gonna agree with me on this one because you said you think she'd probably be nasty. You want to fuck her.
Okay.
But another racist, Sarah Palin.
I would love to fuck her. She looks like she could take a nice fucking.
I'll agree with you on that.
Right.
But there's already enough nutty bitches out there that.
Yeah, but you know what, man? I got to tell you,
when she would fuck you and then she would send you on the snow and hunt you. Especially you hairy bastard. She would do it.
She would fuck me and then order me to go mow her lawn. But anyways.
Or beat her daughter. But her husband, her son-in-law's been doing a good job, and that's just,
Wow, Sarah Palin. Well, you really are red flagging fucking the studios with the Secret Service.
I'm not saying I'm going to do anything. These are people who I just don't like.
Okay.
And last but not least, especially this garbage, because he fucking is talking about doing a cover of a David Bowie record, which this guy's name should never be held in the same fucking high regard as Mr. David Bowie, because Mr. David Bowie's a fucking amazing musician in person, but fucking Kanye West.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. These are people that when I see on TV or I see anything or people, or like if I happen to come by the news and they talk about it, it just irks me because they're everything that's wrong about popular America, which is all the internet bullshit. Like, if there wasn't the internet, half of these people no one would give a flying fuck about.
Well, let me tell you something. What's going on, we were discussing this last week when you weren't here, when you were out with your beautiful fucking girlfriend, which I try to keep my hands on top of the table. Here's the thing, man. We are at the forefront of a revolution here. What we're doing right now is we're actually waking people up because they are so fucking mesmerized and so brainwashed with this type of bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so by us being here in this subversive internet radios, because everything that's terrestrial is fucking just zombie land. You know what I mean? That's where all this Conway Yest and fucking, all this other crap that can't even mention. So I'm glad that you brought that to the forefront. Let me just give you some advice. Stop watching TV.
Well, no, it's hard. I come home and
put on your record there.
No, I come home and Alyssa has the news on.
Kanye.
Yeah.
Stop watching TMZ. Kanye West on fucking the Jimmy Capsule. Come on.
Yeah, and the fact that he wants to cover David Bowie no.
Let me just tell you who I was considering putting on my list, but I retracted, was Cronus from Venom. And let me tell you why. Because I want Venom Inc. to drive Cronus insane. Venom Inc. played a couple of days ago.
Yes.
Let me just tell you what an amazing fucking show that was.
I was not there.
All these fucking Cronus kiss-ass worshipers who don't know the truth about the Venom history. I got a great interview with Mantis, Abaddon, and Demolition Man, and they really go in deep.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to be playing that in a couple of shows down the line.
Okay.
But I got to tell you, not only did I enjoy Venom Inc., I want to personally thank John Perez, who is the guy behind the scenes. Great friend. He's the one that really made that show happen. And I also want to thank Mantis, Abaddon, and Demolition Man. But I really want to thank San Diego. I went down to San Diego.
Yes.
I made that into a nice little room. You know how you take your little romantic
we do
rendezvous?
Santa Barbara, yes.
Hey, I went down to San Diego. And
you got the beach.
I experienced Venom Inc. down there. Great show, great people. But I also experienced something that was very interesting. I was unaware that when a woman is agitated, maybe you could collaborate on this. When a woman is agitated and you're performing oral sex on her, guess what? She still stays agitated. That doesn't, because like when I'm pissed and I have a woman giving me head, I cheer the fuck up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we're men.
But yeah, I was, I'm 45 years of age, and to learn that when a woman is agitated, even if you're licking her pussy, she's still going to be agitated.
Yeah, she's enjoying it, but she's agitated because she's still.
Yeah, like the mind is still focused on being agitated while she's being played. So
yes,
that was very eye opening. Another thing that I found out in San Diego was that Killjoy from Nick Frazier, correct?
I'm sorry, come again?
Do you know who Killjoy from Nick Frazier is?
I know the band, but no.
Okay, well, I got to see him in person.
Okay.
And let me tell you something. I am not as ugly as I thought I was. There are some other people that are uglier than me. I felt fucking great about myself. Okay. So with that, I just wanted to say, hey, you know who passed away? I think today, Fish.
I know. Barney Miller.
Yeah, I'm bummed out about
Godfather.
Sally.
Yeah,
Sally, man. Hey, Sally. Hey, can you get me off the hook? No.
It's funny you mentioned that. I had on Saturday night they had Godfather 1 and 2 on, and Alyssa ended up going to bed early, and I ended up having a party of one watching the Godfather trilogy because those are by far some of the best fucking movies. But
yes.
But I remember him as Fish and Barney Miller. That was the first time I saw him.
Yeah, I'm bummed out he died. Mr. Reaper. I didn't want him to go, but he was 94. He had a good life.
Yeah, dude, he had a really good life.
Abe Vigoda, I believe his name is.
Yep, Abe Vigoda.
All right.
The Beastie Boys mention him. I got rhymes like Abe Vigoda. Come on, dude. Step it up.
All right. We got a great show for you today. This is interesting. We're going to be speaking with Charles Elliott of Abysmal Dawn. Are you familiar with Abysmal Dawn?
I am familiar with them. To say I'm a fan would be unfair. I do like them.
Great band.
I do enjoy their music. I have not dwelled, is that the word? Into the band as much as I should.
Do I look like I speak English properly?
No. I know you're righty too. I haven't. I should spend a little more time because I was listening to them today, and they heavy as fuck.
Great band.
Really, really good band. And I obviously missed the train on them the first time around. So now I'm going to be in the caboose catching up so I can understand them.
They're going to be touring. They're going to be starting a tour in February.
With Obituary, right?
Obituary and Cannibal Corpse. And I believe Cryptopsy. He'll fill us in. We're going to be talking to him. We're going to be talking to him and finding out what's going on with him.
What's his name when you're saying him?
Charles Elliott.
Okay, there you go.
We're going to be chatting with Charles Elliott. Then I got a great interview with Ron Holzner of The Skull.
Yes.
For those of you who kind of are like reaching out, going, Ron Holzner, that sounds familiar. He used to be In Trouble, but now it's The Skull. The original, I don't want to say the original. Yeah, the main songwriters of Trouble are now in The Skull, and they're going to be releasing a new EP. I got a nice conversation with him where he's telling us what's going on with The Skull. They're going to be going to Europe.
Nice.
And they're going to be releasing this incredible EP. So I got a nice interview with that.
Yeah, they're very good. Very heavy, very...
Amazing band. Yeah. Great band out of Chicago.
Yep.
All right. Let's start the show there. Chester, you awake? You there?
Yo, what's up?
All right. Let's get it going. You are listening to the very Manic Jimmy Cab Show. Jim Bain, rest in peace. Hit it, Chester.
Ladies and gentlemen, a barbaric guardian, the 7 gates of hell. Avatar!
God, it all sounds so sick.
Here with an unlimited supply of misinformation is Mr. Know-It-All.
All right. It's very interesting speaking with you about body weight and.
This is what we talk about in between songs.
I didn't feel fat until I had this conversation with you. Thanks.
I
lost 15 pounds. Like, great. I gained 20.
Oh yeah, but it wasn't easy though. It was, in the past 3 months I've lost 15 pounds. Went from 181 to now 165.
Okay, great. Now I regret that.
No,
it looks like you just sabotaged that burrito I was going to have after the show. All right. What did we hear, Scott?
Well, we started off the whole entire show with a tribute to
Jimmy Payne.
Yeah, I'm a man that from our generation that we know very well from many great bands.
Oh yeah, I'm actually really bummed that he died.
Because he played with so many great bands on so many great fucking songs, and it's part of the soundtrack of our youth. So
yeah.
I mean, it's but not to get sappy. So we started off the show with "Kill the King" by Rainbow from the On Stage album. Then we went to another amazing band from Ireland, from some of my heritage, Thin Lizzy with Do Anything You Want To from the Black Rose album. Then another great band, band member, Gary Moore. We did a song, Hiroshima, off his Dirty Fingers record.
Great record.
Yeah, it is. And then we ended with the almighty, the voice of metal, in my opinion, Mr. Ryan James Dio, with a live version of Stand Up and Shout off the live Castle Domingo. I can't even
Castle
say.
Domington.
That word always gets to me. Then we went on into Venom Inc.
From San Diego. That's live from San Diego. Doesn't that sound amazing?
No, dude, it sounds amazing. I mean, I haven't seen Venom now live, but that version of Warhead is what Warhead should be. Raw, dirty, just... Yeah, you want to punch somebody, it's fucking great.
Great show.
After that, we heard a band called With the Dead, a song called Crown of Burning Stars.
That is Lee Dorian's new band. That just got released on his record label, Rise Above Records. Make sure you go pick that up.
And then the next band after that was Void Asleep, the Devils. God, dude, you're writing. I really just have to... People, if you can see his writing, you would understand. The Devils...
Let me help you out.
Yeah, just please. I cannot read it.
The Devil's Conjuration.
Wow,
that's a new record that also came out.
That does not look like it. And then the last song we heard before the break was a band called Vol, The Desolate Damned, off the album Deeper Than Sky.
All right. Abysmal Dawn is a band from Los Angeles that has been in existence for a while now. I've got to see this band evolve throughout the years. They just released an album in 2014 that well, why don't we just talk to Charles Elliott of Abysmal Dawn? Charles, you on the air with me?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey, man. Thank you for being on the very Manic Jimmy Cab show. Why don't we talk about your last record? Why don't you pronunciate that title for Scott and I correctly?
That would be Obsolescence.
Amazing record that you released in 2014. The last time that I spoke to you, we spoke heavily about this record. I noticed a very diverse change in Abysmal Dawn in this new music. This record just seems so stripped down and more aggressive. Would you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was a little bit more direct than maybe Leveling was, but I still think it still has some technical elements and stuff like that. I mean, it's not old school, straight ahead, raw, simplistic death metal, I guess, even though we like that stuff too. But, it's a little bit more to the point, and I don't know, but hopefully fans agree, better constructed, or, we always had songs like in the live environment in mind.
Now, let me ask you this. You're going to be going on tour. You're going to be starting a tour with Obituary and Cannibal Corpse. How do you feel about playing your new songs in a live setting? How have they been received so far?
So far, they've been received great, man. So,
a lot of windmill headbanging going on there.
Oh yeah, a lot of mosh pits, a lot of titties flying at us, and all that shit. Just crowds going wild, silly string and beach balls. Pretty much.
How do you feel about going on this tour, man? Cannibal Corpse and Obituary. Those are some heavy hitters right there. That's a whole new demographic too. Wouldn't you agree? Because those bands appeal to at least Cannibal Corpse does. They appeal to a very young, new audience.
Yeah, I mean, we toured with Cannibal one other time prior, and that was amazing. So we're looking forward to doing that again. All those guys are really cool. Obituary and Cryptopsy, just looking forward to tour with them because we've been fans for a long time.
Wow. So you excited about this tour?
Oh, hell yeah. You wouldn't tell by, I don't know.
I wouldn't tell by your tone.
He's holding it in. You sound very excited.
You sound. The one thing that I love about Charles is he is so well reserved. Have you seen his girlfriend? She's fucking gorgeous. But you look at him. He's walking around like he's a fucking Grim Reaper, dude. I mean, so listen. This is what I want to tell you right here. This is what I found interesting. You're on the verge of going on this tour. Let me just mention this real quick. February 12th, it's the tour starts in Atlanta, Georgia. For those of you here in Los Angeles, March 8th, you will be playing at the Avalon in Hollywood, which I believe was the Old Palace.
Yes, it is the Old Palace.
Okay, so
I think we're actually playing the Mayan now.
Yeah. Oh, it's the Mayan now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for correcting that. I love the Mayan. That place has so many fond memories for me of a bunch of salsa women dancing that wouldn't fuck me. But anyways, there's a campaign going on to help you fix your tour van, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, talk to us about that. What's going on? Your van's fucked up right on the verge of the tour?
Yeah, I mean, it's been fucked up for a while, or at least it had some things fucked up with it. We didn't know the extent of how fucked up it was until recently.
Oh, my God.
And, yeah, I mean, it was just, I personally hate fucking doing crowdfunding shit, but I think this time it was necessary, and luckily, our fans have been really responsive and, helpful and everything. We tried to make it worthwhile, so we didn't feel like we're just begging for money, we tried to offer a lot of cool stuff for fans and stuff. But yeah.
How is the response going? Do you have enough funds to fix that van? Because I mean, dude, you're a couple of days away from the tour.
Yeah, no, it's going to be fine. I think
I don't want you stranded in Utah somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. Me either. Yeah, it'll work out.
Okay, so
we're pretty much almost there, actually.
Are you? You guys are almost there?
Yeah. I think we posted about it again today. We were already at like 75% of the goal or something, and it's closing in on that. It seems like people still are, participating and donating.
Good. Okay, well, let's help you out here. Let's have my audience help you out here. All three of them. How can people donate to this fund? Talk to us how they could donate a couple bucks to you guys.
I guess go to our Facebook page, and you'll see at the top of the page there's a link to a GoFundMe page where you can donate and check out the perks that we have. Okay. And yeah.
So that's where people could donate. So for those of you that are Abysmal Dawn fans, and for those of you that are not, why don't you check out Abysmal Dawn? And they're going to be touring with Cannibal Corpse and Obituary. Donate a couple of bucks, $1, $2, $10, $20, whatever you can afford, because these are really great guys. They really are down-to-earth guys. And I would hate to see you stranded in fucking Colorado or some shit like that. You know
especially with the winter the way it is. You guys don't want to be out there standing on the roadside freezing your asses
Yeah,
off.
exactly. Charles, we're going to play a tune off your latest record. But real quick, are you writing any new material now? Will any new material be coming out from Abysmal Dawn soon?
Yeah, we already have some new stuff right now. Working on more stuff when we get back from the tour. And yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right there.
Okay.
Focus on the tour and making this shit happen,
Abysmal Dawn will be touring with Obituary, Cannibal Corpse, and Cryptopsy. That's going to be starting off February 12th in Atlanta, Georgia, excuse me. And we're going to be listening to a track off their latest release. Chester, Take it away. Charles, stay on the line with us. All right. What you heard there was Abysmal Dawn with a track entitled, oh boy, I'm going to fuck this up, Inanimate. And that's off the Obsolets album. Charles, did I just butcher that?
Yeah, dude. How many times have you interviewed me?
I know, dude. But you got to understand something. I'm an LA Unified East LA alumni. Oh. And, you know, you think I'm bad. You should hear some of these Salvadorans with their accents. But, okay, why don't you tell us the appropriate Anglo...
Well, I got to perpetuate the hate, dude. What the fuck?
Come on, eh? Okay, so Why don't you tell us the appropriate pronunciation of the pronunciation of the title track and the album title?
Wow, that was the whole fucking thing? Jesus. Can you rewind to like fucking 5 minutes ago when I told you how to pronounce it earlier?
Yeah, okay. Just get the fucking new Abysmal Dawn record. And it's on... Okay, there you go. There you go. That is on Relapse Records. Hey, listen, as we mentioned before, you're going to be going on tour. How long is this tour? How long are you going to be on the road?
It's about 7 weeks.
And this is just United States only, correct?
No, United States and Canada.
Canada. One of the things that I've always wondered is when you're traveling through these different demographics of the United States and Canada, do you notice like a different, I guess, did the audience get what you're doing? Because, every region of the United States is different. Do they adapt to Abysmal Dawn very well? Are you well received?
I mean, I can't say that there's any place that we go that I don't think people get for some reason. I don't know. I mean, if you're doing a death metal tour and a bunch of death metal people show up to, check out the bands, it's pretty much a given that they enjoy us usually. I mean,
good. I guess you haven't played in Pomona because Pomona is a very trippy city, man. I saw Venom Inc. there, and it was like if I was at a fucking Jody Watley concert. Hey, talk to me about new music. Are you going to be writing will it be in the same vein of your last record?
I mean, it's going to be a little different. We always try to make it a little different every time, I'm sure. So,
what direction would you say you're going to be going in with this album?
I don't know, man. I couldn't tell you yet. It's pretty early in the writing process, I feel like once people hear it, then you'll know what the fuck it sounds like.
You sound like you're so fucking annoyed with my questions. The reason why I'm asking you this is, let me tell you something. One of the reasons why I really like Abysmal Dawn a lot is because even though you guys are very talented as musicians, you're not doing that whole fucking Nam guitar fucking Ingwe solo after solo after solo. I like this last record that you put up because, as we mentioned before, it's very raw, very straightforward, very
metal.
Very good through your throat. Was it refreshing for you to be playing very raw, straight to, in your face music instead of that whole fucking, Ingwe guitar soloing, technical death metal shit that's been going on with other bands?
I mean, I guess, we talked about that before. I think I like technical death metal still, but to me, it's gotten a little stagnant to me,
Boring.
And, I don't
predictable.
know, man. Like, there's just not a ton of bands I like that in that genre as much. I guess at least that are putting out new stuff as much,
Right.
But I can't totally hate on it. At least the vibe or the mood I was in at that time was more in like a more of just a straight ahead like rip your face off like live death metal vibe, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, hey, I hope that, when you're writing material, the one thing that I liked about your writing is that, as you mentioned before, you really try to keep not being repetitive, but I really enjoyed that straight in your face ambience that came out on that last record. Hey, let me ask you this. You attended NAMM this past weekend, correct?
Yeah, for like all of 30 minutes or something.
How annoying? Okay, real quick, let me throw the plug out there. Abysmal Dawn will be touring with Cannibal Corpse and Obituary and Cryptopsy. Make sure you check out the dates, their tour dates, and make sure you attend that show. Okay, now let me ask you this. How annoying is fucking NAMM and those posers that attend that shit? How annoying is that? How many Affliction shirts did you see this past weekend?
I was joking about... with my buddy, like how I think like the old uniform used to be like button up work shirts, like Dickies work shirts, and like slick back hair and like a colored goatee or something, and everyone was telling me that they were seeing Affliction shirts a shit ton while they were there. And so I guess the uniforms changed. I don't know. I was there for maybe like 30 minutes or something. I showed up so fucking late, man.
Wow.
I feel like every NAMM, it's just gotten like, you know, when I first went to NAMM, I was all excited to go there. And as the time has gone by, like less and less, I show up later and later. I go less days. Finally, I think last year, you know, I didn't go at all. The year before, you know, same thing. I showed up for like my guitar playthrough thing, and then I just, you know, I showed up at like 5 o'clock or something. I don't know when I thought it was, and I didn't go. I don't know.
Wow, man.
But I mean, I like hanging out with all the people that I know that are in town, and you know, drinking at the after parties and stuff like that. But as far as I don't know, some of the jobbers that fucking show up at these things, yeah, it's pretty fucking ridiculous.
Well, I'm just glad because I've been, for the last couple of years now, I've been fucking cursing that place. So it's nice to know that I'm not the only one. I mean, you know, I know technically you're not saying that, but wink, wink. Okay. Abysmal Dawn is going to be going on tour with Cannibal Corpse and Obituary and, of course, Cryptopsy. The tour is starting February 12th in Atlanta, Georgia. Los Angeles, March 8th at the Mayan Theater. Make sure you pick up your tickets. Make sure you go see each and every one of these bands, including Abysmal Dawn. Make sure you pick up their new record, which I'm not even going to try to pronunciate that. I don't want to fucking embarrass myself anymore. It's on Relapse Records. Charles Elliott, safe travels. I wish you the best. Be safe. Make sure you go on the Abysmal Dawn Facebook page and contribute a couple bucks so that band doesn't fucking break down. I'll be seeing you soon. Thank you for being on the Very Manic Jimmy Cab Show, my friend.
Cool, man. Thanks a lot for having me.
Take care. Chester, why don't you crank some Abysmal Dawn now? Oh, that's sick. All right. All right. Scott Peterson, what did we hear there?
Hold on, I'm rocking out the song. Hold on.
Old school right there, baby.
We heard a song called Praise by the awesome band Abysmal Dawn, who will be playing here with Cannibal Corpse and Obituary at
the Mayan Theater.
So
that's going to be March 8th. But for those of you that are out in Atlanta, Georgia, February 12th, the tour starts there. Make sure you get your tickets.
Yeah, we heard a song by them called Loathed in Life. After that, we heard Cannibal Corpse and the song called Skeletal. I'm getting your disease here. A Skeletal Domain. And we ended it with Obituary, a song called Violent by Nature.
All right. I was very privileged to speak with Ron Holzner of The Skull. Love Ron Holzner. Love those dudes from Chicago. They're fucking great guys. But before we listen to this interview, it's a two-part. Why don't we crank some Skull? Chester, take it away. On the phone with me is Ron Holzner from The Skull. Ron, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Jimmy. How you doing, man? Good to talk to you again, bro.
Yeah, man, good to hear from you. Listen, 2016, exciting news. There is a new EP coming out from The Skull. Talk to me a little bit about this.
This song came about pretty quick. We weren't really planning on releasing anything until later in the year. We're going to be doing a brand new record and everything, but we just recently got a new guitar player, Rob Wrong, from the band Witch Mountain, great band from Portland, Oregon.
Fantastic band.
Yeah, awesome. And we do this show in Chicago in December every year. It's like kind of a Christmas show for, we do crazy songs and stuff like that, and have a good time in our hometown crowd here. And Rob came in, played a show. We had 2 rehearsals, and it went so quick. He said, hey, we got a new song that we've been messing with. Would you like to, play on it? So we worked it out to a song. And then we were going to record the show at Reggie's, that show in Chicago anyway. So a friend of mine, Quentin, who did our last record, I'm like, dude, are you available this weekend? We'd like to come in and record a couple songs. Their label was asking if we could do a 7-inch prior to a big tour coming up in the spring in Europe.
Right.
So we never toured for Those Which Are Asleep, our last record on TV, over in Europe yet. We did in the States, but not over in Europe, so it's the first official tour. So we're like, okay, well, we got a new song, and we'd like to do something a little different, So we're like, this 2-song 7-inch they want to do, but a 7-inch vinyl takes 3 months now to print because everybody's doing vinyl again.
Yeah.
Everything is backlogged. So that would come out in April when we're already on tour. And we have this another show in Chicago come up in 2 weeks with Sleep. Sold out show, big show in Chicago. And like, well, if we put together an EP, think we can get it out by the 26th or 7th. I think the show's the 27th. They're like, yeah, we'd probably get it out the 22nd if you have everything. So we got the artwork, got everything done, and recorded 2 brand new songs. This new one that we had called Belonging, and we redid a classic Trouble song, Skull.
Oh, wow.
People are going to trip out on it. It's heavy as hell. I mean, it's a song that resonates like what's going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
The lyrics, and it means so much to Eric, the lyrics in this song, and he always wanted to change just a little bit in it and kind of update it. He was always talking about it. Then I was like, why don't we just redo it? The name of the band is The Skull. So it was like it'd be kind of cool to redo the song. And I said, you co-wrote it, so let's do it.
This is what's really interesting about The Skull. This is what's really interesting about The Skull. There are a lot of musicians that when they depart their original band, they want to just distance themselves from what they were affiliated with. They want to just not be known. They want to just move forward. The best thing about The Skull is that you embrace your past and you also bring new material which feeds all generations of fans, man.
I've always felt that when band guys leave their other band and they want to do something different, that's cool. But it's still your past, and you should honor your past and play some of it. I've seen Jimmy Page before with The Firm, and he didn't play any Zeppelin songs. I was just dying to hear just even go riff from Days and Confused, something crazy,
That's why you bought a ticket.
But it's like, and it always bothered me. It's like, why would you not want to play stuff from your past that you wrote? That's who you are. It's your influences and everything. It's something you can't change about yourself. And you can reinvent yourself somewhat, but the people know you for doing one thing and they like you for doing this. So why would you abandon that?
You really encompass.
And we enjoy playing these songs,
right?
The kicker, man, we're having a blast rocking these old songs. I mean, it's our history. We're entitled to play the songs. And we do.
Well, the best part that I like is that you keep it really old school Americana, man, which is simple. This is who we are. This is what we do. This is it, and this is why fans have been loyal, past and present, because you feed what the fans want. And
to just shut up all the naysayers. You've already proven to yourselves and to your fan base that you can still write relevant, heavy music which feeds the fans. I mean, you've proven that with your last release, For Those Which Are Asleep. How do you feel? How do you feel about that?
Love it. That's the whole thing. They really embraced it, and that to us just fueled us more. Like, man, this band's actually getting good, you know. And we're enjoying out touring, playing all the songs.
All right. That was part one of a conversation I had with Ron Holzner. Now we're going to be playing some new Skull. The EP is out now. 5-track EP features one new song. It also features, well, you'll hear the rest of the interview. Chester, let's play that new. Why don't we play the anthem music to the new music?
There is a way I found the other day.
and it's like I said, we're touring Europe for the first time for this record, which is a trip. You know, it's gonna be good. We're over there for a couple months playing like Hellfest with Black Sabbath, and doing a couple shows at Roadburn over in Europe, and we hope to get into the recording studio again this summer. And I think we're going to be recording in L.A.
Nice.
And so I know we're going to probably do a show or two while we're recording in L.A. So we'll be back there. I love that place. I need to go to Roadburn. I need to go to Rainbow and have a drink for Lenny. It's been too long.
Now, this is what's interesting here. You're going to be going to Europe for the first time to tour the last record?
Yeah, right, yeah.
So these audiences have never seen these songs transition in a live setting, correct?
Things take time for records to come out. It's mainly because of vinyl. Like when you record it, it takes 3 months to produce vinyl. Because everybody's doing vinyl again, and there's not many factories that manufacture it.
Yeah.
You're talking 3 months. So the record was done, and it was getting printed, and we had festivals and tour dates in Europe, and we really didn't want to play new stuff yet.
Yeah.
So we went over there, and I think we did the whole Psalm 9 record, the Trouble record, you know, just it was never done it. You know, people loved it, and just played all kinds of crazy old Trouble songs and covers. Up until that time, the record came out, and we never really officially toured for the record that came out over there, which is a trip. So now we're finally doing it. So it's a little bit behind. It took them a year to catch up. So
well, the best part about this is that not only are these fans in Europe going to get to absorb the material that you released off your last release, but they're going to also get the cherry on top, which is you guys always play old Trouble tunes, so it's the best of both worlds, man. You're playing these festivals. You're playing these festivals in Europe. You're playing these festivals in Europe, especially with so many eclectic bands. How do you feel about finally getting the recognition you deserve and playing along these great bands that you're playing?
I never even looked at it like that. We always got the recognition, but through different mistakes, I guess. We didn't get to the level of these other bands, so to me it's like, hey, whatever, you know, shit happens. We're friends with most of the bands out there, you know, so when we go to a festival, it's like a big family party. I mean, we're like Hellfest. Geezer, that's how I was at Hellfest. Geezer and Sabbath was at the bar, and girls' school, and everybody's just hanging out, talking. There's a musician VIP bar. It was beautiful, you know? So the musicians, we all get along. It's really a cool thing, and we're going back to Hellfest, and man, I'm looking forward to it. But, I mean, it's just to play there is an honor. I never lost that. I'm still a fan of metal, and always will be. I am damn blessed to be able to do this for as long as I have, and having the last record we did, everybody's loving it, so it continues, and we keep playing with it, keep writing new music, keep doing it, you know? I'm having fun, man. I'm not stopping anytime soon.
Yeah, and that's what it's really all about, Ron. It's just keeping it sincere, honest, and having fun. When can we expect this EP to be out?
I'm sorry?
When can we expect this EP to be out?
This EP is supposed to come out Friday, the 22nd.
Nice.
That's the official release date, but I'm not sure because it's so quick.
Mm-hmm.
And we just decided this in end of December when we went to the studio record. We told the label, hey, we're going to have stuff for you in a week. Can you put it out? They're like, what? So, I mean, the 7-inch ain't coming out till April. And I think it'll be in time for the big festival Roadburn in Holland.
Nice.
But the EP is supposed to come out Friday.
Okay.
And with the 5 songs on it, and there's only 2 songs on the 7-inch final. And the 5-song EP is going to be digital, the whole thing. So, it's good, man. I'm excited.
And just to recap, this EP includes one new song that you've written as the Skull?
Yes, it's called Belonging. It's something me and Eric have been kicking around for a little bit, and we threw it in the mix, and it came out heavy and great. It's like a heavy blues rock song. It's cool as hell. And we redid the Skull, and we took 2 songs from our reggae show in December. Assassin, another Old Trouble song, and a song Till the Sun Turns Black from For Those Which Are Asleep. That's live as well. And since we are doing a tour coming up for Those Which Are Asleep record, the song that they're pushing for single is called The New Generation. So they've been playing it on the radio in Europe, so we're like, we'll put that on, we'll remaster it, put that on the EP as well, since it's like a new thing. It's like the single for the record that we're doing the tour for, like a year or two later.
Right on, man.
Wow.
Well, you know what? This is great news for, as I mentioned before, Old Trouble fans and new Skull fans, because it feeds what we need, which is music from 5 sincere, real individuals who have been putting out real music for fucking almost over 30 years, man. So I commend you on this.
Yeah, actually, it's like the 30-year anniversary of the Skull. That's kind of how that song came into play as well.
Wow, I can't believe that.
Plus the name of the album, the name of us, and this is everything, you know. But like, it just seemed time for that song to be redone. You know, it's like I said, the original is awesomely done by Trouble, and like I said, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We just did it like the Skull. I think we have our own way of playing music, and I think the way we record is the Skull. The Skull playing the Skull.
There you go. Keeping it simple. The Skull playing the Skull. This EP is going to be on TP Records. Your prior release on TP Records, which is For Those Which Are Asleep, is still out. So make sure you go out and pick it up. And you're going to be heading out to Europe these next couple of weeks. Ron Holzer, I appreciate the time. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
Manic, Jimmy Cannons, anytime, my brother.
Except to say goodbye. Went along, gave some friends of mine who didn't pass me by. We took the one that less traveled by. I'll keep the first for another day. All the different
All right. I want to thank Ron Holsner of The Skull for taking the time to talk to me. The Skull has released a new 5-track EP, as you heard in that interview. Make sure you go and pick that up. Go on The Skull's Facebook or website, and you can find information on that. Also, don't forget to pick up their last release on TP Records. What a fucking great record. For Those Which Are Asleep, you can find that on TP Records. And as you heard, that was the new Skull. They played a new song called The Longing. For those of you in Chicago, January 27th, you already know this. You don't need me to tell you this. But for those of you that do not know, and for those of you that like to travel, January 27th. Scott, you like to travel. The Skull with Sleep. How sick is that?
That's a great fucking show, but hopefully it will come back here so I don't have to travel to Chicago.
Right? Wouldn't that be great if they played that here in Los Angeles?
You know, I'd be just happy. I'm waiting for the Skull to come back because I liked the 2014 release or maybe 2013. No, 2014. Yeah. But I've heard a couple of songs off the new EP, and it's good, heavy melodic metal, which we all love. So, I mean, I would like to see them come back here, and I'm hoping that they do sooner than later.
Well, you know, as you heard in that interview, Ron and the boys will be in Los Angeles after their tour in Europe. For those of you in Europa, they're going to be touring there. Make sure you go and attend that. It's going to be the first time that you can see them play songs off their last release live and also the new stuff. All right. Hey, Chester, you like to travel. Are you going to be going to Chicago this weekend?
Yeah, man. I'm going.
I'm going with Chester. We're sharing a room, you and I, Chester.
Oh, that sounds sexy. Okay. I want to thank Charles Elliott of Abysmal Dawn for taking the time to call us and sounding so excited to be on the fucking show with us.
He was excited.
He's a great guy. I love him. I want to.
Great band. He was excited. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. For those of you, please go on the Abysmal Dawn Facebook page and contribute whatever you can. $1, fucking 50 cents, whatever, to their GoFundMe page so they could make sure they could tour in their van.
And make sure you go see them on tour with
That's right.
Cannibal Corpse and Obituary.
That's right. That's going to be March 8th at the Mayan Theater. And Ron Holster, again, thank you for taking the time to speak with me. As I mentioned before, the Skull EP is out now, and pick up their last release on TP Records. All right. As we mentioned in the top of the show, Jimmy Bain passed away, Scott.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. We're going to end the show with, oh my God, so many amazing music that he was a part of. But we're going to end the show with, as you know, him and Ronnie James Dio had a very good bond.
Yeah, even Dio's wife had lost a good friend. She said, I was reading that. I hate to say it, but read it on Blabbermouth. Like she was, it's
you know what's fucked up? He passes away, and it's on the internet hours after the fact, before his family's even notified.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, it's the world we live in right now.
Right.
And it's, I mean, it's sad. It's just the bottom line. It's sad that he passed away, but it's sad that that's how his family.
And he passed away on a cruise. He was on, I think, a Def Leppard cruise that he passed away. So it
was Def Leppard's fault, is what you're saying.
I don't want to have the lawyers fucking contact me, but
there's a reason why the On Through the Night and High and Dry and Pyromania is not out on anything. Can't get them on iTunes or anything like that. You have to really look for them. Sorry.
All right.
I'm going the wrong way.
Jimmy Bain, rest in peace. You are the man on the Silver Mountain. Thank you for listening. Tune in next week. See ya.
Stop turning. The sun I together will fly, will fly, will fly. Just you and I, you and I, you and I will go way up to the mountain. Cause you're the man, and you're the man, you're the man, you're the man, you're the man.